of the priests to deal with lepers. It's part of their mission. I mean, they had all sorts of things that were part of their job. But one of the things that they did as priests was they would declare someone who has been healed or someone who has gotten over a sickness clean. Is part of their mission field, if you will. And yet Jesus is kind of flipping the script with that. And Jesus says to the leper, who's been a mission field for as long as he's had leprosy, who's been in this position of neediness for as long as he's had this illness. He says to the leper, you are clean, you are healed. Now you, mission field, go be a missionary to this priest. I have authority over leprosy, but I also have authority over your life, and I want to make something significant out of your life. Have any of you ever been in that position where for a long time in your life you have been a mission field? You've known it, everyone else has known it, and then all of a sudden Jesus makes you a missionary and uses you? Amen. That's how Jesus works. It's the same with the centurion. The centurion is in a very awkward position. He is a conquering Roman soldier. The centurion is someone who is part of the establishment that is holding the Jewish people in subservience, right? And so he's in this awkward situation. In fact, in the book of Luke, you can tell that this centurion is kind of conflicted about this. He's someone who is in authority over, he's an oppressor, and yet he's conflicted because you sense that he kind of has a heart for these people that he's holding down. And so in the book of Luke, it's the Jews around Jesus that are saying to Jesus, look, you should take care of this guy because I know he's a centurion, but he loves us. Like, he built our synagogue there in Capernaum. He helps us. So this centurion's in this very, very awkward situation. I wonder if part of that is what's behind what he says to Jesus. When he says, look, I'm not worthy for you to come into my house. I wonder if part of his problem in this is not just his servant, but also just this dichotomy of he's in control, he's the oppressor, and yet he has this heart for God's people, and he seems to be exhibiting some faith in their Messiah. And so Jesus heals, he does heal the servant. So he says yes, and he also says to the centurion and everyone around him, this guy has great faith. I don't know anyone in Israel who has such great faith. He legitimizes it in the situation. And then Jesus goes into this teaching time and says, look, lots of people are going to come. People from the east and west. God's work in Israel is not just for Israel, it's for the whole world. Lots of people are going to come from all over the place, from all sorts of ethnic backgrounds. God is calling people from all over the place to be part of his people. And he says to the centurion, it's going to be folks like you who get to be part of the celebration party when my kingdom is fully established here on earth. You're going to get to sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and hobnob with them around the table in that great celebration when everything comes to fulfillment. Yes, I'll heal your servant, and I have authority over other things too. Your ultimate destiny is in my hands. I have a vision for your life beyond what you have, what you can see. Everything is under my command. And so this centurion goes from an outsider to knowing that someday he's going to be in the inner circle of what God is up to in the world. And then Jesus' mother-in-law. If you know a little bit about custom and tradition, even the law of how folks in Israel took care of their family members, you would know that if there's a widow in the family, that the sons have a responsibility to take care of their family. And so, presumably, Peter's mother-in-law is there living at his house because she doesn't have anywhere else to go. And she's not only there, but is sick and not able to contribute a whole lot. And so Peter's mother-in-law goes from being someone who is a charity case to a caretaker. When Jesus comes and he takes away her fever, he says, yes, and you can serve. You can serve now. And she does. She gets up and she starts serving. I don't know if you've ever been in that position where you've been a recipient of lots of grace and help. I know I have. And there have been long periods of my life when I've just been sort of carried along by other folks. And there's something cool about getting to a place where you can kind of give back. And anyone ever feel that before? Where when you start giving back, you're just like, oh, there's something life-giving to that. Jesus says, all right, I heal you, and let me give you dignity in this way. You can serve. That's how it is with Jesus. He not only has authority, he has surprising authority. And I've seen this over and over again in my own life. A lot of times I'm almost afraid to come to Jesus because I think that something bad is going to happen. You know, like if I come to Jesus, then I'm admitting that my crisis I can't handle. I'm admitting that what I'm doing sometimes is wrong, and you kind of come to Jesus and you're afraid. And over again in my experience with Jesus, even outside of the authority of God's word here, even in my own experience with Jesus, I've noticed he's just so surprising in how good he is. I mean, he not only can take authority over something, but when he starts reaching out and you're like, I didn't come to you for that. He says, but you're not in control, I am. Even when he starts taking those things under his authority, you're just so surprised at the goodness and the life that he brings to those situations. There's a surprising element to the authority of Jesus. And the third thing I want to point out is that there's this surprising authority of Jesus to heal. There's a surprising authority of Jesus to heal. This is so different than the way that we experience authority. I mean, for most of us, the higher the authority ladder goes, the more those people have